Hi everyone, and welcome to this presentation today on LMS integration with Brightspace by D2L, your link to a simpler and more engaging experience. My name is Alex Rainford. I am the Associate Marketing Manager here at Cengage for Impact and Digital Platforms. Today I am joined by Melinda Champ, a Customer Success Manager here at Cengage, who has taken the time to walk us through the integration of one of our digital products, MindTap, with Brightspace. So very briefly, before we jump into the actual integration itself, we just wanted to cover a couple of benefits that you should know about for LMS integration. First, it provides a seamless user experience for both yourself and students, meaning that they will be able to access all of your digital course content, whether that be MindTap, CNAP V2, all through their single sign-on through Brightspace. You'll also be able to deep link activities within MindTap to Brightspace so students can access MindTap activities directly from Brightspace. And a really, really nice feature that people like is the automatic grade return. So you can populate your Brightspace gradebook with all of the different MindTap activities and assignments and sync them in with your other course grades. And of course, at Cengage, we do have personalized services from your learning consultants or your digital success specialists, who should be able to help you get your course set up and do some of the heavier lifting for you when it comes to LMS integration. A couple basics regarding the Brightspace by D2L integration itself. It does require a configuration of your campus D2L/Brightspace server, and there's a good chance that this is already done for you, but that will need to be configured prior to integration. You'll work then with your Cengage learning consultant to have the course content you've selected deployed to your campus. And one important note to mention here is you're going to want to accept a token for the actual integration itself. And this is going to allow the MindTap content to integrate directly with your Brightspace course. And finally, you're going to want to link your Cengage faculty account, and this is just your instructor login that you use to access all of your Cengage materials and instructor resources. Very briefly, these are some of the products that do support integration. And if you have any of these other products, they'll be able to integrate into various learning management systems. Today for the presentation, though, we're going to be focusing on MindTap and integrating that into Brightspace. From here, I am going to pass it over to Melinda Champ, who's going to take us through the actual integration process itself.
All right, so here you just see the entry point into Brightspace by D2L. So I'm just going to log in. Everybody's outline may be a little more different depending on how the system administrators at your current location have this set up. So you can see in the course admin tool, this is an option that's available that can be reverted to say edit course, or it can even be located in this gear symbol where there's admin tools. So it just depends on your outline for that particular campus. So if I click into my course administration, this course builder under site resources is what you're looking for this particular integration. So once I go into Course Builder, I already have some modules already pre-populated. I always suggest for my instructors to have a Getting Started area for our master link. So that's just a capability to have our support documents, any additional videos, and syllabus information that can be inserted into Getting Started. And then obviously our registration and access point into your master level link for MindTap. You can add any additional modules by simply just pulling in this module icon into the location that you want the folder to subside under. So I'm going to put week 4, since I already have the first 3, and hit create. And you can see that module easily populates underneath my course name, INT 101. So how do we get started with MindTap? When you go into the Add Content area on your left-hand side, you're going to see some options that are available. Cengage will always populate in this smaller white box. Ahead of training, you will want to actually ask your system administrator to make sure you have the resource to pull content from Cengage Learning in your Add Content area. That doesn't automatically populate at most accounts. So ask your system admin to add that icon for you. And you're going to take that icon. You can either drag and drop that into the particular module, or you can simply click once and select the module that you want to insert that particular content into. This will direct us towards the content selector. This is you partnering with Cengage to pull content from our resources that we have deployed at your particular school. So I'm looking for a particular title, and I'm going to put in Charlesworth. And so as I start typing in the author or the title, you're going to see that start to minimize to what is just available and deployed to your school for the courses that you need. So I need Understanding Child Development. So now that I see that, I'm going to click on this resource, and that's going to load into our next screen. This is our course creation screen. If you've never used MindTap before and you haven't worked ahead of time with a digital success specialist, the first option is going to be the option that you want to utilize, and you're going to add in the necessary content information for your course. Most instructors who have used Cengage love copying from their existing course, and those will populate down here under course name for you to copy from. If you know of another instructor who have used this course before, the course materials, in this case this is MindTap for courseware, you can copy from another instructor's outline by just simply inserting their course key. The last option is linking to an existing course or section, and this is if I've created this course on my Instructor Resource Center on the back end, and all I have to do is simply insert that into my course. I'm going to choose to create a new MindTap course so you can see the information that is normally necessary to create a course. So I'm going to label it INT 101 since that's my course number. Integration Training is my course name, and then I always suggest the semester that you are going to be utilizing this product in, and if you have more than one section, put the section number. This just allows you to have very different variations of the course name that you can use over and over again in multiple semesters once you copy from your initial course creation. I'm going to put in a course start date. 27th is a pretty good date to go with, and a course end date. My suggestion for the course end date is to choose a date that is a week after the end date. So course ends on the 7th. I'm actually going to select the 14th. This will allow any incompletes for students who are taking your course or emergency situations that you may need to extend a day or two. And then I'm going to select a time zone. So if I select time zone, Eastern is normally right around this realm, Central, and then you're going to see your Mountain and Pacific times. So I'm going to choose Eastern since that's the one that I'm in. And then course days and times aren't necessary or the section, but you can add those if you really want to. And now that I have my proper course information, I'm going to scroll down till I see a blue Continue button. I'm going to select that. And then we run into our content selector. This is where you will actually allow the course to come over score values in an overall course score or individual activity score component. So what that means is if I want one column in the grade book that's the name of my course, then I would select this, and as the students take assignments, it will keep updating that one column. If I want to bring in individual activities for different chapters and I want them each to have their own specific column in my grade book and have those updated as they take that specific assignment, then I'll choose the individual activity score. Individual is more common, so I'm going to choose that option and hit continue. We're going to allow this screen to load. And then now that I selected this to go into my Getting Started area, I'm going to hit the plus sign there, and you should see it populated at the bottom. Now you can take that particular option and move it to the top wherever that black bar populates, so I can organize this in the format that I need this to look for the students. Now most students come into your course, they've selected INT 101. When they come into the content screen and go into this area, INT 101 integration training in fall isn't going to mean anything to them. So I actually click on that resource link, and on the right hand side here you're going to see the INT name that I named my master link for MindTap. I'm actually going to edit the link, and I'm going to edit my name for my course so that students know what to do with this link. So the link itself doesn't change any of its components. I'm just changing the name as it shows up for students. So I'm going to label it click here to register and access MindTap. And you can name it ebook and assignments. You can name it assignments in general. It's just an initial registration process that we need them to go into, and it's their master level link for this particular course. I'm going to hit save, and now that's populated. So now students know what to do with this particular link. Once we've done that, let's say we need to bring in chapter 1 into our module week 1 so that we can address that content in that particular week. I'm going to bring over the specific resources and assignments that are going to be counting towards their grade for week 1. So we're going to go through the same process. We're going to take this Cengage learning symbol over here on the left-hand side. This time I'm going to drag it and drop it into that module so you can see that process. Once I've gotten there, I'm back to my content selector, but now that I've tied a book to my Brightspace course, you're going to be able to see all the resources that are available with this particular course. So if I scroll down, I can go into chapter 1. Let's say I want to add the overall bookmarked link to chapter 1 in. I want to add the learning objectives and standards by Quality Matters outlines that I need those available in the content selector. I want to add this video case to count towards their grade, a quiz, one scenario, and say I accidentally choose a couple I don't need, and then my wrapping it up. So now that I've chosen that for chapter 1, I'm going to hit confirm selections. And it's going to list all of the resources and assignment links that I'm adding in. Oops, I added 2 scenarios I didn't need. I'm going to uncheck those so I don't pull those scenarios that I don't need in. So this is a good confirmation screen and a way to edit anything that you don't need to bring in. Notice when I unchecked those, it unchecked them in the second portion. This is only going to list out of those links which one is adding a grade column into your grade book. So now you can see I should only have 4 because those are the options that I chose. I'm going to now select Save, and it's going to import and navigate you back. Okay. So it may not look like it did anything, but if I hit the plus sign next to week 1 where I populated that content, now you can see those resource and assignment links are now populated in the respective area that I wanted them to show up in. That is all the deep linking process that you need to be able to bring specific content into specific areas from the curated content that's available in MindTap. The best go-to, I would say, to have if you run into any particular issues or additional resources you want to bring in, you would take the Cengage learning symbol and click into getting started. Best kept secrets are always all the way at the bottom. So if I go down, you will see that you can actually add in that technical support link and even the Cengage Unlimited student dashboard. Now that I've selected those, I need the outer, there we go. I want to confirm selections. It will list my resource links. Note that they are not a gradebook item, so it's not going to populate there. I'm going to hit save. If I hit the plus sign next to getting started, you will see that content populated here and here for those students. So now all they have to do is click or an instructor and import a tech support ticket if they ever run into any additional issues. Now that I have populated that content in the way that I need that to be for my course, I'm going to navigate to the content area so you can see what that looks like. So all those modules that I created, you will see them populated on the left with the indication of how many resources I have populated in each respective module. So if I click on getting started, students will easily be able to see where to click to register. There's some browser and internet speed settings, the user guide for MindTap that's being utilized, and then you can see the technical and unlimited student dashboard links. If I go into week 1, same format, exactly the resource links that I brought in. You can see they're all external tool labeled because they're coming from us as your partner. And that is how that will populate in the respective Brightspace outline for you. If you need to see anything in a student format, you should be able to just preview as a student and click on those links to ensure that that is how you would like that to look for students. Back to you, Alex.
Perfect. Thank you, Melinda, for taking us through that demonstration of how to integrate MindTap with Brightspace. Just going to go ahead and briefly go over a couple of other features that we have on Cengage.com that will allow you to get further training materials and get more information. So, of course, we have some great support for you here. We have our digital success specialists that I know Melinda mentioned earlier that are here to help you do some of the heavier lifting when it comes to LMS integration and answer any questions you may have. We also have customer success managers who will work with campus LMS admins to ensure that everything is set up correctly. We also have a couple of great training websites I want to quickly point you to. So for Cengage.com/training, this will sort of pull up a list of all different resources for all of our various digital platforms. So when you first get here, for example, you can select which platform you're using. So in this case, we'll select MindTap. And what it's going to do is give you a whole bunch of recorded webinars, training guides, and other various resources that you can use to navigate through MindTap. You can also filter by instructor and student. But something really nice that we're going to do is filter on LMS resource by Brightspace. So you can come down here and now you'll be able to access all of the different training resources that we have available for Brightspace and MindTap. Another great link I want to quickly mention is Cengage.com/student training. And this is a fantastic place to send your students. A link here. And what this does is give them all the information they need to get started. So you don't have to worry about lots of technical support questions from your students when classes start. You can simply send them here and they'll be able to self-select the platform that they are using, as well as if they are using an LMS system such as Brightspace. And then it's going to be able to walk them through all of the different training materials and videos that they need to successfully register their product for Brightspace. Finally, we always recommend putting in the LMS technical support link that you saw Melinda add into the Brightspace course itself. That concludes our presentation today. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have any further questions or need anything else related to LMS integration training, you can visit Cengage.com/training and then select your digital platform. Thank you for joining us and have a great semester.